If you got your garden planted out like I did, end of February, maybe early March, your garden probably looks like mine does right now. It's full, it's green, it's thriving. But if you're where I am, in Las Vegas, in the high desert of Zone 9A, the month of May and what you do right now can either make or break your garden for the summer. Let's get into it. I'm actually going to be cutting some things back this week. Not because things are struggling, because as you can see, it's lush, it's green, it's beautiful, but because I don't want my plants to struggle when that summer heat hits. Yes, it is about 100 degrees every day, but it is still cool at night. That is not going to be the case in just a few weeks. Welcome back to Curious Greens. My name is Tammy, and today we're exploring what I'm pruning in May to prepare for summer. In May, everything takes off. More leaves, faster growth, and fuller beds, and it feels like you're doing everything right. But here in Zone 9A, this kind of growth can actually become a problem. This year, I've done a really great job of really staying on top of pruning my tomatoes. I've already pruned the bottom leaves off. I've been doing that regularly, keeping it nice and clean. I've got about a foot, maybe a little more than a foot, of nothing but stem from the soil up to the first set of leaves on the plant. However, this week, I want to go through and continue to remove any additional suckers that have developed over the week. The reason for this is it's going to improve airflow. It's also going to reduce stress on the plant, allowing it to develop more fruit. And it's also going to reduce any pest pressure or any possibility for disease. I'm also going to be pinching the top of all of my basil plants, not because there's anything wrong with them, but I really want them to get nice and bushy and branch out instead of getting tall and leggy. And then we've got peppers. They really don't need an aggressive pruning right now. I'm barely going to be touching them. As you can see, my banana pepper is looking so good right now. But what I want to do is just make sure that, again, I'm just creating some airflow. This isn't about having a perfect looking garden right now, as you can see. My garden is not fully perfect, right? But you do want to help your plants survive for what's coming. We got intense heat that's going to be coming from the sun straight above. We've got reflected heat that's going to be coming off of the wall and the house, and this wall over here as well. And then we also have fast moisture loss as we've got evaporation happening in the soil across my entire garden. Too much growth right now actually makes it really, really hard for your plants to regulate itself later when those temperatures rise right on up. So I was gone for a couple of days, literally a couple of days. And in that time, my tomato plants have completely exploded. I was doing my best to stay on top of the pruning, but sometimes life happens and nature calls, so it just completely grew. I started out with a main leader though. Let me take you down here. You can see there's my main stem, but as you travel up, you will see that it started to break off. Let me just open this up a little so you can see what happened. So right there, let me see if you can, here we go. So you can see where it branched off a little bit. Let me bring you in a little bit closer. So you can see right here where the main branch branched off into two. And then it just kind of went crazy from there, because as you continue to travel up, then that branched off into a couple. Now we've got 3 main stems and they're all producing. So what I'm going to do is just go through and just clean this up as best as I can. I'm going to remove the suckers. So this is a really good example of a sucker. You've got your main stem, and then you've got a branch, and then right in the middle, that's your sucker. So you want to pull off anything that's, I want to call it like an elbow, right? You want to pull off anything that's in the elbow of your main stem and the branching off. Let's go ahead and try to get this as cleaned up as possible this morning so that we can have a nice, healthy, airflow feeling, happy tomato plant. The other thing that you can do to ensure that your tomato plant has really great airflow is cut off any lower branches. Lower branches are going to be below your first set of fruit. I don't know if you can see right there in the middle. This is my first set of fruit on this tomato. So right there in the middle. So I'm going to cut off any branches that are below this, and that will also create quite a bit of airflow. That's already feeling so much better to me. Go ahead and do the rest of this off camera. All right, friends, as you can see, there is so much more airflow now, and the tomatoes are strong and healthy, and I was able to discover quite a bit of fruit that are growing. Got tomato here. I believe this is purple Cherokee. We've got some super sweet 100s growing right here. And I'll show you what's happening on the other side. Right there, we've got some beautiful San Marzanos growing. Nice little cluster of them. Some additional purple Cherokee. One thing that I always do in May is come through and just remove the lower leaves on my plants. Pepper plants, you don't want to do a hard prune. They really don't need it, but removing the lower plants keeps the plant healthier because it's not bringing any soil-borne disease up through its leaves and into the plant itself. The other thing that I like to do is do a light pruning kind of in between, just to create a little bit more airflow through the plant. So I'll come in and I'll do it below a flower, just to help, again, with airflow. It helps keep the plant a little healthier and ensures that when this heat rises up over 100 degrees on a regular basis, that the plant can handle the heat and any humidity that might accumulate in between its leaves, during and before watering. I recently came in and pruned my basil, so it's really in a good place right now. I actually don't need to touch it, but let me show you how to prune them when the time comes. In case you're new to gardening, when you're pruning basil, you want to top it. So you're basically going to cut down to the very next set of leaf nodes. So if I were pruning this right now, I would take, and in fact, I can go ahead and do this. I would just take that entire top off. And now what you've done is allowed this to branch off, and it'll create a bushier basil plant. That's pretty much it. You throw this in my salad today. I'm not cutting everything back. Some things need growth and momentum right now. So we're going to leave the squash and the melons be. We're also going to allow the beans to grow freely. That includes your zucchini and your yellow squash. If you recall on the last video, we hand pollinated this yellow squash just a couple of days ago, and look what's happening. It's exploding with growth. So exciting. When it comes to the garden, in the month of May, I am not pruning for today. I am pruning for June, July, and even August. And I'll come through here and prune again a couple more times before the month of May ends. And then when the heat really starts to rise and we are staying above 90 even at night, I don't want to prune anymore because we don't want to put our plants into shock. May is the month where we still have cool nights and the garden and plants can handle a little bit more of an aggressive prune. I hope this helps someone. If you're growing in a hot climate like mine, this is the window here in May where small decisions can make a big difference later. And if you're working through your garden this week too, try a few of these cuts and see how your garden responds. I'd love to know about it down in the comments below. Thank you for stopping by Curious Greens today. It really was a pleasure having you. Curious Greens is where we're growing with the earth and we are finding our roots together. Until next time, bye now.